Could you define non-duality real quick, perhaps? Because you brought that up a couple times.
Yeah, from my perspective, from our perspective, it's the recognition as the oneness at the nature of all things. So duality being a version of separation, or seeing duality being two things or many things, and then just seeing non-duality really being oneness, one thing, seeing that there is one source of creation, one source of all things, so that you and I talking here, Derek, are not actually separate beings. It's the illusion or the image of us being separate beings. But the non-dual aspect of that is connecting to the oneness of all things, which doesn't mean that you have to not see the duality in things. You can see the duality. You can see that, okay, I'm Michael, I have a separate body, Derek has a separate body, and we're interacting here. But to be able to see and recognize that oneness, that you yourself are oneness, expressing yourself through this individuation, so that you can see that the duality can still be there, but it's recognition, seeing beyond that to the oneness of all things. Why is that important? From our understanding, that's the truth of all things, the truth, a truer nature of reality, and being able to see beyond the illusion enables us to have a deeper understanding of the true reality and allow ourselves to express that oneness, that non-duality, through our expression to others. It also has a great benefit when working in the nature of plant spirit curanderismo or shamanism or plant spirit healing, as when we're looking at the aspects of trauma, we also apply the non-dual teachings to that, to seeing the nature of all things as oneness, which then removes separation from the experiences, which becomes more empowering in the experience, which changes people often through the experience of working with us, applying these techniques in this particular realm, to move beyond the victim mentality, which there's nothing wrong with. I've been there and I continue to be there. Sometimes I'm not like, okay, I'm not a victim anymore. There's definitely times, Jamie will tell you, where I'm a victim. There's no doubt about that. So it happens, but it's that ability to become empowered, to be able to see through that, to be able to be the captain of your own ship, if you will, in terms of your own journey here on planet Earth. So really, to underline it, the oneness of all things.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah.
I think I keep getting sort of nudged to speak also just in terms of like an intuitive practice, whether someone's just doing an intuitive practice for themselves or someone's, working with their intuitive abilities or multisensory abilities, again, in service to others through whatever vocation or practice that is. And another sort of tangible demonstration of this non-duality is that, and that I see often in my work, all of us have a different sort of, I want to say, a soul signature of beings or energies or traditions or landscapes that we resonate with. And what I always kind of see spirit show me in this case to describe it is basically they reference it as the many faces of God. And whether you like that word God or not, it matters not. You can substitute any word or sound or clicking noise, whatever you want to make, to whatever that thing is that is intertwined in the fabric of beingness and that we're all just sort of part of. But the many faces of God. And so, for instance, and I sometimes call this as our spirit teams. Like for me, I've got two spirit friends that apparently, in my perception, I've incarnated with in other lifetimes, and they hang out with me in the telepathic spiritual realm. And then over here, I'm a big fan of Jesus and Mary Magdalene. And then sometimes Kuan Yin beeps in and has a great sense of humor and teaches me something about myself. And then other times a tree will come out of nowhere. And Michael's got his own, what I would call spirit team. And when I do work with him or for him, I see all of them and I'm like, oh my God, and they're very different. He's got a lot of cosmic friends. And then when I work with clients, same thing, everybody's got their own beings, and it's like, there's no better or worse. Archangel Michael, someone who's like, I solely work with Archangel Michael, is like fantastic. That person must be like completely aligned and resonant and work with it and great. But Archangel Michael's available to everybody. Nobody cannot not connect with Archangel Michael. These beings and these spirits and these many faces of God are available to everybody. And we just kind of pick and choose. If one day God to me looks like a doorknob and that resonates with me, and I'm like, I am literally channeling that doorknob today, it's like, so be it. And it's not better or worse than an Archangel Michael. And it's so funny. I can feel people being, oh my gosh, oh my, do not compare a doorknob to Archangel Michael. But then I can feel Archangel Michael getting a kick out of this description, so it's like all are one and the same. If one day Kuan Yin is who I resonate with, and the next day it's my passed over dog Zilker who went back to spirit 8 years ago, and he's got wisdom for me. Someone else's ego might be like, well, the spirit of the dog is no match for Kuan Yin. And Kuan Yin is here, and she's like, who's saying that? Like, she's learning from the dog right now. So it's like that non-duality is just like, it's all equal. Even us as humans here, sometimes our ego wants to tell us we're superior, we're inferior. Ego rarely is like, oh, I'm on equal level with everyone and I'm at peace. That's not ego's voice. So ego has this thing sometimes where it wants to make us either inferior to spirit, or because of the spirits we're connecting with, we're superior, or we should, think highly of it. No, it's just like the non-duality is that even here in our human bodies experiencing in this sort of finite physical experiences, these eternal souls, we're also having a brilliantly godlike experience that's on par and equal to any being that's in the metaphysical realm, or any name we want to give it, the 5th density, the 6th density, the 12th density. Does anybody know about that? It's like, well, it's all equal. So that's the non-duality behind it. So we don't have to get caught up in, is this better? Is this worse? Oh, this is more important. This isn't this profound. Oh, I want to have this knowledge and not that knowledge. It's like everyone's got their own path, and it's all beautiful, and it's all expressing so uniquely and individually through all of us. And it's all relevant. It's all legitimate. And even the times that we feel like we're having the worst day, yesterday morning, worst day I've had in a long time, just, oh my gosh, what am I doing here? What's going on? What am I going through? In that, I'm, bringing in a practice of this too is love. This too is it. This too is the intelligence. And so even while I appear to be, or I'm experiencing suffering, I'm like, the suffering also has its intelligence and its love in it. And even if I can't feel it, I'm starting to maybe trust that a little bit more. So even in those very human moments, we're still brilliantly part of all of it, and a perfect expression of God or the oneness.
Hey friend, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this particular clip, then I have something else I want to tell you about, which is the League of Superconductors. It's a business mastermind that I run to elevate the greatest change makers of our time. That is people that I like to call quantum entrepreneurs, metaphysical, spiritual teachers, healers, coaches, light workers of different types. And this is a year-long business mastermind starting in May of 2022. So if that's the type of thing that you're looking for, if you're looking to better fuel your mission by having a business that brings in all the abundance you're looking for, that both operates at the 3D level, serving the people of Earth, and at a multidimensional level, bringing in all of the higher wisdom and experience that you have access to, that's what we're doing. So if that sounds like something for you, then you can check out the link below, read a little bit more about the program, what we do each month. And I also invite you to apply for a call with me, a strategy session. We can get to know each other. I'll coach you a little bit, and you can decide if that might be the exact thing that you've been looking for. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.